Real Madrid's decision to quietly lock down Nico Paz feels less like a transfer and more like a decades-long chess move finally entering the endgame. A decade from now, supporters might point back to this moment and say the club wasn't merely reacting, it was engineering a generational shift. Paz left the White Academy to find minutes in Italy, and in doing so he gave Madrid exactly the thing the Bernabeu covets, match-hardened growth away from the spotlight. In Como, he didn't just accumulate appearances. He learned to control tempo, to choose the pass that unlocks defences, to carry risk without panic. Those tucked-away qualities are the raw materials that make up creative midfielders who change seasons, not just matches. When Tottenham tabled a €70 million bid, it looked like the kind of headline that would force a sale. Instead, the headline revealed the architecture Madrid had already built: buyback clauses staggered across years, retained economic rights, a refusal to let a homegrown spark reinforce a direct competitor. That refusal wasn't spite, it was strategy. Clubs with real stature rarely buy players the moment they become convenient. They buy them according to a plan that fits squad evolution, contract cycles, and the club's identity. In this case, Nico Paz is being slotted as the heir to a midfield model that defined an era. Luka Modric provided a blueprint: intelligence in possession, the capacity to slow and speed games, the pass that reads 3 moves ahead. Paz may not be Modric in profile, but the core competencies line up in ways Madrid's sporting directors clearly prize. Calling him the new Modric isn't a tidy label so much as a directional thesis. The club wants a player to orchestrate, not simply to press or to rush past opponents. That explains the timeline. Bringing a 21-year-old into Real's senior engine requires patience, timing when veterans cycle out, when contract windows align, and when competitive pressure allows for integration without immediate desperation. Setting 2026 as the moment to reclaim Paz signals that Madrid sees enough progress in Italy to plan a measured return, not an emergency recall. It also tells rivals something crucial: Real are playing the long game. The mechanics of the deal matter because they reveal the mindset. By keeping 50% of future transfer rights and embedding buyback options, Madrid converted a sale into a hedge. They funded player development while preserving control. For Como, the arrangement provided resources and incentive. For Madrid, it preserved optionality. When an outside club like Tottenham tries to spend big, the structure converts a tempting one-off windfall into a decision about identity. Do you cash out and empower a rival, or do you accept the slower payoff of eventual integration? Madrid chose the latter. On the pitch, Paz's emergence changes more than just names on a roster sheet. A midfielder who can thread a seam or settle possession under pressure gives any coach tactical flexibility. The team can shift between dominance and containment in a single sequence. It can turn low possession matches into controlled build-ups. And it can reintroduce a creative fulcrum without abandoning defensive balance. Fans will watch for flair, but sporting directors will smile at the deeper value: control of transitions, added assist potential, and an internal solution to what would otherwise be an expensive external search. The resistance to selling also sends a cultural message. Real will prioritize legacy and continuity. That's a narrative that reverberates in locker rooms and transfer markets alike. If Paz arrives and flourishes, the story will be told as both talent-seeking and dynasty-preserving. If he takes longer, Madrid still benefits from a carefully managed asset. Either way, the move is emblematic of how modern elite clubs operate: inventive contracts, patient timelines, and an appetite to shape the future rather than simply react to it. For now, supporters can debate the label and imagine the passes. Pundits will pass the economics. Rival clubs will reassess their strategies. But the undeniable fact remains: a young Argentine who chose growth in Italy has become the centerpiece of a plan to reimagine Real Madrid's midfield identity. The question no longer is whether Madrid bought a player, it is whether they secured the pulse of their next era.